But we back. This is the thing. I'm starting to get a lot more deep in the aspect of what are we dating for. This is basically a video latched on to my last video when it came to the interracial dating. But what are black men and black women dating for? And with that progression of change on what we as men want and what black women want from us as men, with that progression, just like how black women want more, they are asking of more from black men. I think that the main thing is that we don't see the same thing is being asked of black women. But the moment we ask more of black women say to us, well, what more do you want from me, on some Tyrese shit? You feel me? So I was having a conversation with somebody. They was talking about the aspect of a black woman. She's married, and she was talking about the aspect of me personally. You know, I think she was basically referencing me because my life is, I guess it's anonymously, because of, I told you the aspect of me being in my position at the age that I'm at with no children and just kind of just doing what I'm doing. And if I find a woman, I find a woman. But if she does not on the same type of time or what type of plan that I want for my life, then it is what it is. You feel me? Like, I want to have marriage, but I see that a lot of women don't want marriage. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. And I hear the women in the back talking about that's just the women that you choose. No, there's a lot of women that are literally marriage material that are joining groups of women that are clearly not for marriage. They are not for, and that's cool. You can have your friends and go out and party and do all of that other shit, but don't be mad when men lump you in the group with those same women when you are in fact marriage material. But it's the same thing like if I was hanging out with a group of gang members and thugs, I'm just a flock of birds of a feather flock together. You feel me? So it's the same thing in the reference of, yes, you may be a good woman, and you may have a select group of friends that you call friends, mind you, that are good women, but it's like there are women that think like what the video we're talking about. And the video we're talking about, it's Passport OG. I'm gonna link his video in the comment description, but this is brand new news to me. I didn't know this is a thing, but I'm guessing this is a new trend. Basically what I'm thinking is the aspect of women saying, specifically our women saying, and I say our women, some women may catch offense to that. I don't know whose women are you? Because if you're not black men's women, you're of the world. And if you're of the world, that's okay. That's okay. If you're of the world and you are everybody's woman, the data don't show such, because we marry each other at a very high rate. But we can't even say that black women are our women. That's a whole nother bag of worms. But in this video, even the women that are in relationships saying that to be in relationship, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You remember when I said in the last video of not just why do you want to get married, but why you particularly want to marry a black man? Because if it's just for a vain reason of I want to have the official tag and title of being married, maybe you need to reassess why you want to be married. Just like the aspect of if it's for the reason of I want to be taken care of, I want a child, it's not thinking the foresight. You're thinking small. You're thinking small. You need to be thinking big. You feel me? Like you're thinking small. Like I want a ring, or I want a extravagant. this, and I want a car, or I want a man that's gonna provide for me whenever I need something. Like it's just very small. It's very utility based. It's like I just, for lack of better words, it's utility based. In what ways can you utilize this man in his lifestyle or his resources for you? And that's the most fucked up way to go about marriage. Well, I get that it's been doing that, but remember what I said before is the more that women have asked of us, we have also asked of women, what are you providing? What are you providing for me to even want to pursue that type of lifestyle with you? You understand what I mean? And again, I understand that I'm an anomaly. I don't have no children. I got a good job. You know what I mean? I got my own car. I got my own house. You feel me? And with that, comes a lot of responsibilities that I have to take care of for me. You feel me? I get it done. I will say this. I have never had to ask, but I do make sure that I don't need to ask. I will literally make sure that I grind. If I have to grind, I'll sell I'll sell the clothes on my back before I have to ask a motherfucker, because of I know how it can be used against me as a man, specifically when it comes to asking women. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It is thrown back on our faces a lot. And to all of the women that feel like, well, you are more so attached to the aspect of you have to do this and the patriarchy this and the patriarchy that. I got another video for that. But for right now, we're going to talk about the aspect of, are men ruining dating for everyone? This is the aspect of, this is, like I said before, this is a new concept to me, that women are literally in relationships and are saying things like it's embarrassing. And this is a new article, I guess, that came out, or an article that came out a while ago, that it's embarrassing to literally have a man, even when you are in a relationship. They are embarrassed of their men. And it goes back to the weird. This is why you just don't listen to what women say sometimes. Because it's like, why are you in a relationship if you are embarrassed about your man? And then I think that another thing is that I think that a lot of women live parasocially or vicariously through other women. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of women live through other women, and they don't even have the lifestyle or the lives of other women, but they will still be mad at those women and their lifestyle when it's their lifestyle. It's their lifestyle. It's the weirdest shit. But we gonna get into it.
Embarrassing period. Do you know how many women in loving relationships have messaged me to be like, hey, I love my man down. This is still embarrassing. It's still embarrassing. And I know it's not your fault. It's the men's fault. Collectively, the way men have behaved in romantic relationships is it is nothing short of terrorism. It is nothing short of emotional terrorism.
If someone so much as says my boyfriend on social media, they're muted. There's nothing I hate more than following someone for fun only for their content to become my boyfriendified suddenly. Is having a boyfriend embarrassing? The Vogue article by Chantel Joseph continues. This is probably...
It came out October, so it was recent. And this is another thing I want to also put into this, because it just needs to be said. I don't think this woman is Black American. I'm just going to say it. I don't think that she references the history of the struggle, because, struggle love. Oh my God, why would you want to struggle love? The history of Black American struggle and love, it hits different. And I'm not asking women to struggle in their love. I'm not asking that. But I do know that history needs to be, it's just like the aspect of, if you erase the history, then you're bound to repeat the same things. You're bound to really go through hell trying to get to heaven. You understand what I mean? For lack of better words. So if you don't know the history of Black American love and how we both have gone through some wild shit in this country, you'll think, struggle love, why the fuck would I want that type of shit? When you don't know the context, you don't know the nuance in these type of conversations. You don't care for the nuance either. You understand what I mean? So it's like, you can grind, you can work your ass off to be responsible, like accountable for your life. That's good. I love that for you. But the moment you introduce another person into your life, be it man or woman, you have to take account of whatever their fears are, how to nurture them. You understand what I mean? Their emotional triggers. You have to take that into account. And yes, it's a person by person thing. It's based on however they feel on it. But it's like, I feel as though women are encountering a lot of men, sometimes usually the same men that all women go for. Blame the T app, how I know that. Y'all all complained about the same men, but that's neither here nor there. We got the data to prove the fact that 60% of women are literally have children to 40% of the men. It proves the numbers, just the numbers. Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't fucking lie. So again, it proves to the fact that women are going for either a specific type of man, a certain type of lifestyle of man. And it's like, if that's the case, just is what it is, right? And this is with 2 million extra of our Black women in this country. So it's like, what's the context of you getting into a relationship with this man? That's the first thing you will want. I would hope that you will want to know. Why do I like this man? Why do I go for this type of dude if he's so-called embarrassing? You understand what I mean? It's just like this is what I mean by I understand why men be like, don't listen to women, because it's like when you hear shit like it's like, why would you get into a relationship with a man that you feel embarrassed by? And you look at the land, I can be sympathetic to the aspect of you look at the landscape of all women. I, as a man, look at the landscape of all women and say, you know what? I know that it's a lot of women out there that think a certain way, but I'm going to still get what I need to get, because I feel as though there are women out there that truly will get on your program, regardless of all that other shit that's going on in the world, meaning she is willing to do, be, love how you want as a man. I think it's the same way around with women. Women are like literally have trophies of men that are willing to suck, fuck, and nut. You feel me? Like for nothing. You feel me? Willing to spin for no sex. They treasure that shit. They honor that shit. I think it's an aspect of, what are you getting into a relationship? What are you getting into relationships for? It goes back to my last video. To answer the question of the person I was talking to, if they ever come across this video, is they asked me the aspect of men are not being responsible enough. Men are not taking accountability enough. And it's like, you're asking us to take accountability for what? For the aspect of going out into the field, working and wanting to get a woman, but realizing that a lot of women are in this mind state of, I can do bad by myself, when we're thinking, well, why do you want to be bad? Why do you want to do bad by yourself? Why do you want to be, it's like the whole conversation of, why do you want to be the boss bitch? Why do you want to be a bitch? Why do you want to, you should ask yourself these type of things. You know what I mean? Why do you want to be in a relationship? In what ways do you feel that the men or the landscape of men are trash? And if you feel this way, why do you think that this doesn't show up in a relationship with your man? Why do you even believe that you may have inklings of misandry within your relationship on how your contempt of all men may show up in how your relationship dynamics between you and your man? You don't think that he feels that shit from time to time? He probably don't know how to discuss it with you. He probably don't know how to say it to you, but you don't think he feels that shit, that low level contempt of him and who he shows up as to you? Oh, but when it's useful to you, when you're able to utilize it, then it's not a problem. But the moment that he does it for himself, why are you happy? Why are you joyous? Why are you know what I mean? It's like, this is crazy to me. This is literally a new thing. I did not know that this was a thing for real. But yeah.
Because for so long, it felt like we were living in what one of my favorite Substackers calls boyfriend land, a world where women's online identities centered around the lives of their partners, a situation rarely seen reversed. Women were rewarded for their ability to find and keep a man with elevated social status and praise. It became even more suffocating when this could be leveraged on social media for engagement and, if you were serious enough, financial gain.
There was a really interesting point that came across both people in relationships and single people, and this idea that like being in a relationship with a man and showcasing it to the world in and of itself was an embarrassing thing to do. And that's what I really wanted to get into. There was this idea of there not being a solidarity with other women. There was this idea of like a relationship just by default being something that rendered you quite uncool. I spoke about this podcast I came across where they were talking about, is it lame to have a boyfriend? And they say, you know, when I meet a girl and she has a boyfriend, I automatically just kind of put her in a box or in a category, and I just don't feel as inspired or engaged by her. And then when someone doesn't, I feel like they have so much life and prospect and they are just entertaining and fun, and I kind of feel empowered by their individualism. But interestingly, the girls talking about this on the podcast, agreeing with this idea that like girls without boyfriends are cool, are also in relationships themselves.
In an age where young ladies are not only demanding that guys
listen to that, they're this is what I mean by even the best of our women that are either in relationships and have good families, have both their father and their mother and their family come from a background where the neighborhoods where you actually go inside, they probably got security, you feel me? They have an educational background with a high Harvard degree. You understand what I mean? They're probably even in shit like the STEM field. And they say things like this, where they will have a fiance, have a man, have a marriage partner, and say that it's cool to be single. It's cool to be single. Not realizing this is the media, bruh. Like, it's media. You have all right to be a man or woman, but I'm specifically talking to black women. You have all right to choose what type of life you want. And you gotta understand, I know that y'all too bright. Y'all profess to the world how much you go to school and you are the most educated in the country. But you fall for the okie doke of why are you talking to women that clearly don't give a fuck enough about you, but are only there when this is conversations that women have said online, again, media, that you will not do a certain amount of work for your girlfriend. You're not dating other women. You don't know how women show up on the dating field. Unless you're a woman that dates other women, I don't think that you understand the dichotomy of your friend and the friendly love aspect and your actual partner. Y'all be conflating that shit sometimes. It's not the same. The way a woman shows up as a friend to you is not the same way that she shows up as a partner, as a girlfriend. You understand what I mean? As a wife. It shouldn't be the same. If that's the case, what the fuck is the point of marriage? But I'm going to listen to what Passport OG got to say.
Lead with their wallet before they consummate any kind of label on their relationship. They also want to show off the things that were purchased with said wallet on Instagram or social media. But then comes this new caveat. However, more recently, there's been a pronounced shift in the way people showcase their relationships online. Far from fully hard-launching romantic partners, straight women are opting for subtler signs, a hand on the steering wheel, clinking glasses at dinner, or the back of someone's head. On the more confusing end, you have faces blurred out of wedding pictures or entire professionally edited videos with the fiancé conveniently cropped out of all shots. Women are obscuring their partner's face when they post, as if they want to erase the fact that they exist without actually not posting them.
If you have not read the British Vogue article, Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing? You need to run, not walk. There are days when I am a very proud subscriber of Vogue, and today is one of those days. This is actually a sociological and anthropological study that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. This article is speaking to something that so many people talk about, but from the perspective of not focusing on singleness, but from the perspective of focusing on those who have a boyfriend. This is an incredibly well-researched article. This is not something that someone just came together to put forth as an opinion piece. This is a true viewpoint where it is predominantly driven by individuals that are in relationships talking about why they do not post their boyfriend.
So what gives?
Again, this is British Vogue, going back to the aspect of the Black Americanness. Again, I'm not asking women to have struggle love, but if you understand the history of our love in that struggle, you understand the aspect of sometimes things are deeper than surface level as clink clink of the bottles and enjoying our times out. Sometimes shit is just a little bit, sometimes we need to think a little bit deeper of why we feel this way. You know what I mean? Even if it is enriching, quote unquote, or invigorating to say that I'm single, you know what I mean? And I'm living the lifestyle. I don't know, man. And again, I understand that there are aspects of some women don't want to be married. Some women don't want to have partners, but that's cool. But it's the mind fuck is these women are influencing women that are in relationship and are partners and live vicarious. It's like living vicariously, parasocially through other women. So they will literally build that contempt of their lifestyle, not realizing that woman probably don't have a healthy lifestyle. She just shows you what you need to see to click that like, click that repost, click that favorite on her page so she can get paid. It's like, again, the most brightest of our women fall for the okie doke. And it's like, ain't no way that Black American women are latching on to this ideal of this But it's like, yes, a lot of black American women are latching on to this idea of being embarrassed of their boyfriend. You'll see. It's the weirdest shit, though.
Are people embarrassed by their boyfriends now, or something more complicated going on? To me, it feels like the result of women wanting to straddle two worlds. One, where they can receive the social benefits of having a partner, but also not appear so boyfriend obsessed that they come across as quite culturally loserish. They want the prize and celebration of partnership, but understand the norminess of it. In other words, in an era of widespread hetero-fatalism, women don't want to be seen as being all about their man, but they also want the clout that comes from being partnered.
Is having a boyfriend embarrassing?
That's the mind fuck. The clout of being partnered, but don't want to seem like their partner. Do you understand the mind fucking that? So again, this is not a select group of women. This is a good majority of women literally living by. Why do you think that TikTok has infested our women with different ideas of how to show up in this world, in these spaces, in these conversations? A lot of TikTok has exposed, and I'm not going to hold you, I appreciate the expose because it's like, it lets me know, okay, this type of woman is out there, so I have to be cognizant of this. This type of woman is out there, so I have to be cognizant. I'm not going to hold you. A lot of men are doing exactly what I'm doing and just taking notes. Okay, women don't like this type of shit? Okay, women don't like this type of shit? Okay, men should show up in this type of way? Okay, men should show up in this type of way, but you do this type of shit? Okay, maybe I don't agree. They literally writing that, taking notes. So again, I say the parasocial shit is harmful to women, but at the same time, I would want them to be able to do exactly what we do and just take notes. In what ways should I show up as a woman? In what ways? I say the same thing. It's a lot of people that's in this red pill space. I'd be like, all right, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. There's some men that are in the red pill space that are doing the exact same thing that these women are doing. They're telling you to get a vasectomy, telling you to literally stop all children. You want to be a alpha male? Get a vasectomy. He says that he was fucking quote unquote joking when he said it. He said he was being facetious, but that's neither here nor there. He understands what type of figure he holds in these spaces. And I think that he said to clickbait shit. You understand what I mean? Because it did get clicks. But there are certain people in this red spell space saying, don't get married, don't have a relationship. These type of women are all fucking trash. You understand what I mean? And it's like, as a man, you still have to do exactly what I'm saying that women should do. Select through what you should keep and what you should not keep. Because a lot of these men are telling you not to be in relationships, telling you to get a vasectomy, telling you that you should do this and shouldn't do that, when you should be like assessing your own life for your own lifestyle. Because these men are married with children that are getting married. You understand what I mean? So it's like the mind, y'all have to understand the play on both sides. You have to understand the play on both sides. It's a play to keep you scrolling, to keep you online, to keep you on these platforms, because the more they keep you on the platforms, the more they get paid. The more you like, the more they get paid. It's like, y'all have to see the play. Y'all too bright. Black people are too bright as a people to not understand the play on people's emotions, dog. It's a rage bait game on both sides. And again, I understand that this may seem as though I'm coming at women. I'm trying to understand, why is it that even the most brightest of our women are falling for the okie doke, bro? I've seen therapists talk about agreeing to shit like this. We seen the therapist that went on a fucking, she literally needed a therapist. The therapist that literally needed a therapist was online talking about, I lost my job for my conversations about how black men show up as are trash, right? Exposing her conversations with, private conversations with her and she got fired, and then she went and started OnlyFans, and it's like we literally seen the breakdown of that woman. I hope that she's well, but we literally see the deconstruction of her on TikTok. Why don't we realize that this shit is rage bait, bruh? This shit is rage bait, and you gotta understand the play, bruh. You have to. If you keep seeing it over and over again, you keep feeling these same type of emotions. Why do you feel as though this is I wanted to just talk about this video. Like I said before, this is something completely different. I never knew that this was a thing until now.
Apparently, yes. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this article. Shantae, you cooked a feast, my darling, because guess what? We're all having to confront the situation and talk about it, because honestly, it's terrible PR. It's terrible. The girlies be posting the back of the head, the hand, the shoulder, blaring faces, emoji over the faces. I hear it. I do hear it. We want to be loud in love, but everyone's scared that you post this man, he will shame you in the next 3 seconds. And I sit there and I think, you know, women engage in some of these men who we know are terrible prospects, but we think, okay, but this is the best of the worst. That's still not good.
She said it. This is the best of the worst. So again, in America, I'm not sure how it is in Britain. In America, 60% of women have children compared to the men, which is 40%. The best of the worst. Y'all chose the best. If you're literally complaining about your baby father, how he doesn't show up, and he truly does not show up for your kid, he don't want no parts to do with you, you choose the best of the worst. I'll even give you grace. About the second time, you shouldn't even get to a second time. But there are women that have 3 to 4 different baby daddies and they're younger than 35 years old. The best of the worst. When do you say that, okay, let me reassess what I'm doing and figure out, why do I want a relationship? Why do I want this type of man around me? I even had to do it with myself. I know for a fact that I had to literally say, why do I choose the women that choose to harm me emotionally, manipulate me? You understand what I mean? Coercion. Why do I want that? Oh, it came from this type of bond, from my type of upbringing. Oh, it makes me think that I have to feel like this codependency on this person when it comes to specifically emotional attachment. Oh, I actually latch on to women that basically give me one simple touch or one simple gratification that I specifically like my triggers that let me say, oh, well, at least she did that. You have to reassess, why do you choose the things that you choose? So when you say, are men ruining dating for everybody? Maybe you should say, what men are you choosing to date? What men are you choosing to date? How do you show up on dates? How do they show up on dates? Because again, you can blame the men, but when we see, again, the numbers, 60% of women have children, 40% of women having children, 90% of black women are married to our black men, right? 85 to 87% of black men are married to black women, right? The most highest divorce rate in that 60 to 70% for divorce rate, the most highest is black women. Black women divorce at the most highest, 30 to 34%. Are men ruining dating for everybody? Why are you choosing trash men? We out here. We out here. But don't say we. I shouldn't say we. I'm not looking to get married. I thought about it, the aspect of being married as of right now. I'm not looking to get. I feel as though right now I'm too focused on what I need to be focused on, whether it be my art, my job, my lifestyle. I want to make sure that I'm a better man for me before I show up for a better man for somebody else. Guess what that took? Self-assessment. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but basically accession. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But yeah, like it takes a matter of you looking at yourself and saying, what can I change here? Okay, I can't change this here. All right, what can I try to change? Okay, what can I move the goalposts on when it comes to what goals that I need to make, when it comes to my body, when it comes to my mind, when it comes to my spirit, when it comes to my heart, when it comes to my art? What ways can I be a little bit better than I was yesterday? It's not about being perfect. My mentor told me it's not about being perfect. It's about trying to be a better man every day. Just a little bit better. Try to do a little bit better than you did yesterday. Just a little bit better. You're human. You're human. And I'm asking women to also be human and look at themselves and say, in what ways can we be better? Because I really do believe the aspect of women feel like they have no faults. And the faults that they do have is not that big of a deal. It's not as bad as men's faults. You see what I mean? As if we don't do the same shit. We both cheat at a damn near a similar rate. But nobody talks about those numbers. We both have intermarital sex, what you call it when you have sex without marriage. Is it out of marriage? Extramarital? Y'all know what the fuck. You have sex without being married. At a very high rate, we do that. I'm gonna go to the
And whether you do it out of desperation, loneliness, insecurity, it could be either or altogether.
She wrote a whole article actually in British Vogue about why it's kind of embarrassing now to have a boyfriend. And as somebody who's hiding the world from my boyfriend for numerous reasons, some of which she stated, if I'm honest. But now I have a partner who not just knows my favorite color, but like if I could... I recently couldn't find my belly button ring. He, on his own accord, scoured my room to look for it, right? Small things, but it's so healing because it's like, oh, the little things that I care about are worth attention. And that is healing for me.
The article continues. 2 New York-based influencers discuss whether having a boyfriend is lame now. Why does having a boyfriend feel Republican? Read a top comment. Boyfriends are out of style. They won't come back in until they start acting right. Having a boyfriend typically takes hits on a woman's aura, one commenter claimed. Funnily enough, both of these hosts have partners, which is something I often see online. Even partnered women will lament men and heterosexuality, partly in solidarity with other women, but also because it is now fundamentally uncool to be a quote-unquote boyfriend girl.
It's embarrassing to have a boyfriend. I've been reposting them posts and people are in my DMs being like, oh, have you broken up with your boyfriend? No, I haven't broken up with my boyfriend, but I can still admit it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend. They can embarrass you today, tomorrow, yesterday, and you'll just leave, yeah, for sure. But it's still embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have a boyfriend that could embarrass you. Anyway.
I mean, I think that it's 2 things that come up. It goes back, in my mind, it goes back to the aspect of if a man makes a mistake, right? Whatever mistake he may make, because some women's ick. I just seen a video of a woman saying that we were going on a date and a man actually said, hey, I'm about to go into this gas station. You need anything? And it was raining at the time. They're about to go to the date. He literally goes out his way and gets a umbrella for her. And she said that gave her the ick. And she literally never called him again. I think that it's an aspect of, it's so many things that come to my mind. It's so many things that come to my mind when it comes to how do we know what's embarrassing for that woman if we don't know that woman, right? So that's on us as the men. But then, in what ways can we show up as human? Can we show up as human in these relationships that we have with our black women? Because I think that, and this is a conversation that you should not be having if you're a man, because if you're with a black woman, she allows you to show up. You understand what I mean? Well, let me word that the right way, because I think that people just automatically link to the words, and words matter. So if you are with a woman, right, and she does not allow you to show up as a human, then you are not with a woman that is for you. You understand what I mean? If she doesn't acknowledge the fact that you may make mistakes, and that's okay, but as far as the mistakes that basically are emotionally manipulative and may try to harm her in some way, clearly, no, right? But I think that it's an aspect of when you choose somebody, whether it be a man or woman, that are literally their intentions, you can see the intentions in those mistakes, and you keep choosing these type of people over and over and over again. When do you say, okay, maybe it's me? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm choosing. Is it just always the world? Is it always the world in a sense of I go out into the world, these people come to me and they literally, it's like blood in the water to some people. You know what I mean? I think that there are some people that literally relish in a good person that you can use. The weird thing about me as a man, I've grown up to realize that I want you to use me. I want you to use me. But this is the thing. Here lies the fucking kicker. In what ways do you use me? Because I'm going to be taking notes. In what ways do you use me? Because I'm going to be used regardless as a man. In what ways as you as a woman will use me as a man? I'm going to take notes and I'm like, all right, I understand that usefulness in that specific scenario. Other one, why you needed me in that specific scenario? That's how I personally have got down. There's some men that be like, I'm not going to be used in any form or fashion. You're not going to be using me for my attention because you bored. None of that. For my dick, you feel me? For my job, my resources, my money. my strength, you're not going to use me. I feel as though that if I like you, I'll let you use me. I'll let you use me. But it depends on the context of you using me. In what ways will I be useful? What ways would I be useful to you? Because if I start to realize, this is a continuing thing. You're naturally a user. You're naturally a person that I'm going to use you for your dick, or I'm going to use you for your money, or I'm going to use you for your emotional baggage. You're going to basically unload all this emotional drama and trauma onto me. And that's it. I'm taking notes, but I have the capacity to do so. Every man does not have that capacity to be like, I'm going to sit here and let you use me. I be damned. I know some niggas that be like, I be fucking damned. If you don't get this bitch out my motherfucking face, you feel me? On some real shit, I know some niggas that be like, bruh, if you don't get this motherfucker out my fucking face, dog, talking all that dumb shit, you feel me? It's a deeper, darker with me. If you don't know, it's a deeper, darker with me. I like to know, why do you do the things that you do? I'm the type of person that, because I like a lot of scary movies and suspense thrillers and whatnot, I like to go inside the minds of fucking killers and figure out why the fuck do they think this way. It's really unhealthy sometimes, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe that's the reason why I do that sadistic shit, where I know I may be harmed in this process, but I still want to know why you think the way you think. It's the weirdest shit. It's the same thing when it comes to me investing into these conversations of women saying that, even women in relationships are saying that being in relationships are so uncool. It's a deeper, darker with me. I know. That's all I wanted to say, man. It's a conversation that basically just recently was brought up, but it's a conversation that I think that has been an undertone that needs to be talked about. Because if you feel this way, we need to know what women feel this way. And if you are a woman that are in a relationship that feel embarrassed that you're in a relationship, leave that man alone. Why do you use that man? Because it's like, if you care for him, why do you feel embarrassed about him? You understand what I mean? There's something there, even if it is valid. If he did something to you that made you feel embarrassed multiple times, or even one time, you don't have enough capacity to be like, nah, one, done. Why are you still with him? You wasting his time and you're wasting yours. Leave him. I would even say that for marriages. Because you got in marriage for the wrong reasons, clearly. We as human make mistakes. But going forward, try not to make that mistake again. And when you go into the relationship, what are you doing it for? What genuinely makes you happy? If being single makes you happy, stay single. It's a lot of meat out on the field. You can do what you want, baby. You can do what you want. Niggas ain't even trying to get married nowadays. Pause. I know niggas in the back. Pause. But you got a lot on your hands, okay? It's out here. So you don't need a relationship. I think that the utility of men trumps this single shit. As much as they want to say that single is so fucking wonderful, you taking out your trash every Monday and Thursdays if you got the recycle bin. You paying all of the bills. You understand what I mean? Nowadays, it's fucking expensive. Groceries expensive. If you're getting a dog, don't even get me started on that. You go out there picking up the shit. If you have a house, you're taking care of the lawn. You have to get a weed cutter. You have to get a lawnmower. You have to make sure that the lead is trimmed. It hurts me. I'm not gonna hold you. When I be seeing women out there, literally women, I see a lot more women out there taking care of their yard than I do men. And I realize maybe they single. That's what they supposed to do. Like, they're just being adults. It just still hurts though to see fine women too be like, bruh, ain't no way you out here, you know what I mean, being as fine as you are. But hey, patriarchy, right? Patriarchy. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing as an adult. It's no longer a patriarchal figure in your household. So that's neither here nor there, man. I'm gonna let this ride. Y'all go in the comment section and say what you want to say. But it's just, are men ruining dating? The real question is, why get in a relationship if you're embarrassed about said relationship? It's the craziest shit. Like that, we gone bun kai.